Greetings. I'm Reverend Scott Rogers, Executive Director of the Asheville-Buncombe Community Christian Ministry, fondly known as ABCCM. We thank every person, every man and woman who has served in our armed forces and military, whether it's the Army, the Navy, the Coast Guard, the Marines, the Air Force, or Space Force. Everyone who has been willing to put their life on the line for our country and its great principles. We are thankful for each and every one of you that have passed the torch from one generation to the next, and especially to those who have given the sacrifice, sometimes of limbs, sometimes the ultimate sacrifice. And so on this Veterans Day, we are here to celebrate you and to celebrate all veterans. ABCCM began really thinking and serving veterans back in 1984 when a Marine Corps veteran, J.D. Buckner, was struggling in order to really maintain not only his stability, but shelter. After doing all we could through medical care and some shelter, unfortunately, his life was lost by freezing to death on the streets of Asheville. That really sparked a rallying cry for two things. One was that no veteran should have to die that way, and second, that no one should have to die on our streets. And so the churches rallied in order to provide a safe place that we now express in safe havens today for everyone, particularly in these winter months when it's turning cold and life-threatening. ABCCM had another incredible veteran back in 1998, Lawrence Daniels, who said that he had a vision for creating a vet's place. And Lawrence went on to describe how there were so many veterans staying in the ABCCM shelter that then was on Cox Avenue. I'll never forget asking Lawrence why were so many veterans congregating to ABCCM and our shelter and not some others. And Lawrence said, well, sir, it's pretty simple. You see, you fed us when we were on the streets. You clothed us when we needed clothes. You provided shelter to the veterans, and more importantly, you had other veterans as volunteers who were welcoming us in and making us feel honored and special. That really touched us to the point where, in sharing with the VA Medical Center Director, Jim Christian, at the Charles George VA Medical Center, we came up with a vision in 2007 to take all the veterans off the street and to take seriously that call, not to just end homelessness, but to reach functional zero where every veteran had a place to be. And now that is extended to all veterans across North Carolina through our Veteran Services of the Carolinas. Homeless prevention, rapid rehousing, veterans employment and training, job placement, helping with veterans crisis calls through our Veterans Coordination Center, suicide prevention calls now. We are seriously here to build a pathway back into community for every veteran, so that whether it's a transition from military life to civilian life, whether it's a transition from homelessness to stable jobs and good housing, whether it is transitioning from one job to a better job, or even a career level job, we are here as your community to say, welcome home, veteran. We celebrate you And today, on Veterans Day, we celebrate every veteran and his or her life. Thank you for your service.
My name is Halston Fisher, and I'm a veteran, and since my service, life hit hard. I made decisions that landed me in jail. ABCCM Jail Ministry Services found me.
Halston is someone who we learned about through a great outreach of reentry, but he took his pain and he turned it into a message. We talk about taking a mess and turning into a message, and that's what Halston has done.
Through my experience of getting locked up, gave me opportunity after opportunity after I crashed, getting back out. And when I finally decided to stay clean, I was able to go back and volunteer and do some volunteer work through ABCCM.
There are people there at the jail who have never had anyone encourage them, believe in them, someone that they could trust.
I've gone from being served to being of service, and it's amazing where it's taken me. After the community service, I was able to get hired with ABCCM staff.
Halston and others realize that when you have a story and a testimony, that story and testimony can be used to assist others who are in that same struggle or who have been in that same struggle.
ABCCM was a huge part of the beginning of my journey and a huge part of my development right now. They helped start me on this journey, And what I will say is had it not been for the opportunity, I don't know where I'd be.
Phlebotomy is taking blood. You greet the patient, you make sure they have the right last name, right social, right date of birth. You would apply the tourniquet because it helps blood flow better and it helps the veins pop up and it helps you to find good veins. Swab the area and then you use a butterfly needle or a straight stick needle. Take the blood into the right tubes depending on the test that's needed. So it's very rewarding. You're helping that patient, get a diagnosis or get information that they need. I'm an MSA at the VA, which is a medical support assistant, so it's a medical office job. I have a certificate in billing and coding plus a phlebotomy certificate. After 2 years of honorable service, I was medically separated from the military with a disability. And I just would like to help other vets that don't know all the opportunities and programs there are out there for disabled veterans or veterans themselves. So working at the VA helps me do that. I was in a very abusive relationship and I was kind of trapped and trying to get out and didn't know of any way to get out in a good way. I originally Googled shelters for disabled female veterans with children kind of thing. So I found ABCCM and then called and they were like, oh, we can help you. And I was like, wow, really? And so Tara came and rescued me.
So when I first met her at the hotel, she was really heavy. You could see that she didn't have a lot of hope that anything would change, that she didn't really trust in our program.
I'm a very prideful person. I hate to ask for help. But I knew as a mom to protect my children, I had to do what I had to do, and they never made me feel like in any way below them or judged or anything. So it was actually pretty awesome. It was a pretty awesome experience.
It took meeting her on a regular basis to open that up and, getting her to share what she envisioned for herself. So now, she's full of hope and she's running.
It's been a year now, and how far I've came is insane. I have housing, and I have the job I've wanted since the day I got out of the military, working at the VA with veterans. My baby's in a healthy, happy environment. So I'm pretty sure I've came farther in 1 year than I have in the last 10. ABCCM are great people. That's Tara, my social worker that saved me. Like, we will be friends forever, for sure.
Jesse's story is a great example for veterans, women and men, who have gotten great jobs through the Homeless Veterans Reintegration Program. We thank the U.S. Department of Labor for making these funds available that changes their lives through job training, through not just a job, but a career level job that leads to permanent homes, a stronger economy, and of course, stronger families. On behalf of ABCCM, we thank all of you with HVRP and USDOL. Jesus said, "Whatever you did for the least of these, you did for me."
You did for me.
Returning from the military, leaving their tribe, their friends, their second family. The only ones that truly understand what they have gone through, who they are now. Going back to the everyday world can be difficult, leaving one feeling lost, lonely, and like they don't belong. Well, we understand you because we are one of you, and we are here for you. We've got your six. We have the support you need to get back on your feet, back in life, back to you. Proud of who you are. If you or someone you know is a veteran that needs help transitioning from military service, contact the Veteran Services of the Carolinas. Ask about our outreach, housing, and employment coordination programs. We've got your back. We've got your six.
My name is Aisha Monroe, and I'm a veteran of the United States Air Force and Army. I'm a survivor of the Fort Hood shooting in 2009. I was 4.5 months pregnant. I experienced PTSD, anxiety, and depression after that incident. I got connected with ABCCM shortly after having an awful time trying to receive help from other outlets. I was relieved to no longer be homeless. This program is definitely had given me all the resources. I mean, they even helped me repair my car. That's what the program's there for, support. Also just, not only just for the assistant, but definitely for the support, because as veterans, we definitely need that when we're out. I thank God every day for ABCCM and all the good they have done, not just for me, but for other veterans fighting for the same battles. They give us hope and point everything to our Savior.
Welcome again to this Veterans Day celebration. We hope you have been inspired. We hope that everyone knows how special every veteran is. I appreciate so much the wonderful speakers, and you've heard about our Veterans Honor Wall. So let me simply end our meeting by saying, will you pray for us and those veterans in need out there? As you pray for them, will you also consider maybe I've got 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours that I could give as a volunteer? And if you do, please simply go to our website or just email volunteer@abccm.org and put, I want to serve veterans. And lastly, there are those of you who really want to make a bigger difference and an investment in resolving the crisis for veterans, in restoring veteran lives, in transforming veteran lives with a regular gift. Whether it's through the Honor Wall or simply going to our website at abccm.org and choosing to contribute, your gift will be a part of supporting those veterans, those volunteers, and really putting feet to the prayers that you bring for us. Thanks again for your prayers, and may you all have a very blessed Veterans Day.